Clash Royale, the game that turned every school kid into a phone addict. Tactics, quick thinking, the ability to read your opponent's mind. That's what you need to survive in Clash Royale. Some gamers like to bully mobile games. I mean, fair enough. Most of the ads you see nowadays are just, wow, 95% of people can't finish this puzzle. Guess I gotta try it out now. But back then, way back then, there was a golden age for mobile gaming. Plants vs Zombies, Angry Birds, Subway Surfers, and for a period of time from 2016, Clash Royale was the game to turn to. Supercell was already in a dominant position, so it's no surprise Clash Royale blew up as hard as it did when it was released. As someone who grew up with mobile games, accessibility is such an underappreciated factor in gaming. Why go through the pain of booting up a PC, waiting for a game to load and whatever else you need to do just to play for a good half hour or so, when instead you could just open up your phone and touch an icon. You can set up Clash Royale anywhere. It has such short matches and load time, it's so almost instant. On the train home, on the toilet taking a... in class if whatever the teacher's doing is really that boring. Actually, never mind. Stay in class, kids. Plus, you don't need to worry about your phone catching on fire or any complicated controls. Just one hand is needed, so you can use the other hand for... You ever see those settle it with a jewel ads? It really emphasizes what you need in a mobile game. Easily accessible, easy to set up, simple and fun to play. Let's start with the gameplay basics. 1v1, blue and red. Put down cards, 8 cards in the deck. Cards cost elixir, elixir regenerates, destroy the towers. That's it. Every card has a different purpose and all of them have counters and are counters themselves. You can have absolute tanks that beat any other unit in a 1v1. You get completely melted by this Eye of Sauron, only for this side to get ganged up on by some goblins. And then this gang of goblins gets run over by a log. Clash Royale is a test between you and your opponents. The game is simple at lower levels. Then it becomes more complex as you climb the ladder. Since there's so many interactions between several different types of cards, you have to think about the situation right on the spot. Right there and then, the opponent has a massive push incoming. What's the game plan? How do you use the cards in your hand to delete this opponent's attack? You could use a building, which are the ultimate defensive cards, but they're stuck in the mud. It's a 1-for-1 trade. They lack counter-attack potential. Or you could also use defensive troops. You'll take damage of course, but at the same time, you're now set up for a huge game-winning counterattack. You can even take the risky route and all-out rush the other lane to trade towers. Every situation forces you to formulate a game plan from scratch and under pressure, based around what the opponent has in their hand, which makes every single match unique and rewarding, in turn making it such an enjoyable experience to crush your enemies. And once you master the game and get better than all your friends, it's a great feeling. Whenever someone comes up to challenge you, just beat them to a pulp. They can't touch you. It's not even close. Show them who's the boss of Clash Royale. There's tons of different deck combinations throughout Clash Royale. 109 unique cards in total. Some summon an army. Some create a building out of nowhere that spawns an army. And some put an army right on their tower. Let's see. Do this, do that, and there. Whatever this number is, it's how many deck combinations there are. If you're good enough, you can make any deck work. If you like fun, fast-paced gameplay, where you want cards available for any situation, fill your deck with a bunch of cheap, small cards that can overwhelm your opponent. Or if you enjoy watching a massive army demolish your enemy's towers, then run an expensive tank with a bunch of support units. If you ever feel lonely from constantly playing 1v1s, then don't worry, there's lots of other gamers to give a try. Like 2v2s where double the players equals double the chaos. Or mirror matches where each player has the same deck and same starting hand, so nobody can make the excuse of, your deck counters mine. You can also form clans with a group of friends and compete in challenges against other clans for all the glory. And also cards. You can level up cards to make them stronger. Obviously it's not very fair when the opponent has high level cards, but it gives you something to aim towards, and Supercell needs to make money somehow. Clash Royale was untouchable. So what the hell happened? Everybody just got older and more experienced. Teens grew into depressed adults who don't have time to spend on some mobile game, because why grind a kids game when you can grind a real life game? The most fun times were at the beginning when nobody knew what anything did. Getting a legendary card was so prestigious and rare. Nowadays, when you reach higher levels, everyone's just tryharding all the time. The balance team is not the brightest. No offense. Every new card released either sucks really badly or is extremely broken, both in the figurative and literal sense. But I wouldn't say Clash Royale ever died, it just became less alive. The thing is, once an online game dies, it's really dead. 6 feet under. No coming back forever because there's just nobody to play with. Yet in Clash Royale, you can always get a match right after you press that battle button. That's because there's only one global server, so you can get matched with anyone in the world. But wouldn't that mean one person in each battle has latency that's out of this world? Well, actually, It's not one person that has lag, it's everybody. In Clash Royale, when you drop a card down, there's this 1 second of nothing happening before the deployment timer starts kicking for the card. That's lag, but it's intended lag. Basically, everyone who plays is 1000 milliseconds of ping. I mean, if everybody has lag, then nobody has lag, right? If you do experience a notorious Wi-Fi lag, then that's a you problem. This ensures that Clash Royale will probably never truly die in the near future. With over 100 million downloads, even if only 1% of people still play, that's at least 1 million active players, which is plenty for an online game. Clash Royale had a long period of time where it was on top of the world, although it's kind of run its course. Games come and go over time, that's a given. But back then, Clash Royale was king.